everybody, it's Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser, where I go on a weekend cruise just about every weekend, and I'm here on board the Celebrity Silhouette. And I wanted to share with you this beautiful ship. Now, she was built in 2011, recently renovated in 2020, and is part of the Celebrity Solstice class of ships. So that means it's going to have a few different features than what you would have seen on my Celebrity Summit video. You're also going to have about 2,880 other guests here with you, and she's going to come in around 122,000 gross tons. So a decent size ship, but still in the scheme of things these days probably considered a medium class compared to the super large ships that we have out there. In general walking tour fashion here, I'm going to start on the lowest level of the Celebrity Silhouette, which is going to be deck 3, and then we're going to walk our way all the way up to deck 14, showing you the common areas and places you're going to want to know about so you can easily navigate, get around, and see what all there is to do on board the Celebrity Silhouette. Let's jump on into it. All right, so welcome to the Celebrity Silhouette. We're on deck 3. You'll see they have good signage all around. If you're able to figure out where you're going to go, and like your Royal Caribbean ships, Celebrity also does the crystal blocks of the ship so you can see easily where you're going to be going. You're going to have guest services or guest relations here on deck 3 as well. So if you have any questions, need help with anything, you can come over there to do that. And then you're going to have your main entertainment space here in the Centrum. So if you're looking for singers, dancers, performers, they'll do a captain's welcome. They'll have all sorts of people coming and saying hello to you on the stairs here, have a piano. And then you're going to have your DJ, musicians are going to set up shop there in the middle so that you can come and have a nice little dance party here. Coming around to the other side, you're going to have the passport bar. It's one that honestly I don't come to too terribly much because it's on the 3rd floor. I just honestly don't walk down here that much because there's not much that I need. I'm not a huge guest relations person. I normally just figure it all out. But you're going to have nice couches. Let me come around this side and you can see the lighting a little bit better because the light is coming in. We're in Port of Nassau today. So you may see more people on the ship than normal because I feel like celebrity guests are just gonna hang out on the ship more than getting off here in Nassau. And it's probably coming up on 11 p.m. You're gonna have the shore excursions desk. So if you need to book a shore excursion, this is where you're gonna head to. And then one place that I have never had the opportunity to eat in yet, Lumin. So if you're looking at Lumin, this is part of the retreat package. So if you're in a suite here on board the Celebrity Silhouette, this is where you're going to come. You see it's got all sorts of black sea bass. You've got guinea hen, lamb, all sorts of amazing sounding food that I have not had the chance to eat yet. But let's walk on in and show you what it looks like. It should feel and look like that elegant elevated experience because it's going to match what's on the menu. Good morning. Giving you a quick tour. It is smaller as well. There's going to be 2 sections to it. It's nicely broken up, but it's only for those retreat guests, so it doesn't need to really sit that many people. Coming back out, we're going to walk over to the Grand Sous Vide. I think so it is. There's some words here on Celebrity Silhouette that I have not heard before. So if I am pronouncing these incorrectly, please let me know down in the comments the correct way to do that. But just to walk over to the opposite side, I'll show you the select time dining, which is the My Time dining here. That is what I have, and it's worked out pretty good. They do have buzzers. Actually, that's 1 floor up. I apologize, but I'll still show you what this one looks like. Coming on in, you see they're getting ready for lunch service here. And you'll see the look here. It's a bit different. It's kind of funny. The first time I walked in here, I thought of MSC because with the red, the type of carpet, it's got a 1960s retro vibe to it a little bit, with a little bit of glamour and glitz going on. The ceiling, you can't see it right now since it's daylight, but they do have red LED lights. So the whole place is gonna light up a little bit, but it is pretty. One of the pro tips I would say, I've heard that this floor that I'm on now is a little bit more echoey. So if you want a quieter experience, see if you can get to sit on one of the upper floors where you have more of a ceiling and you're not going to get as much of the echo. Hi there. So coming up to the next floor, we'll get into more of the heart of kind of where everything is or what's going on. Deck 3, you're probably not going to hang out there much. Like I said, you've got the passport bar, you've got where they're going to do all their events, but I think the better seating to watch those things are going to be up here on deck 4 and deck 5. One thing you'll find with a Celebrity Silhouette, and I don't know if this is true for the entire class, but your elevators are going to flow into the actual space. So when you're having martini, the martini bar here, you're going to hear the elevators dinging. I just find it a little bit annoying personally, but it still makes the elevators very convenient. I've not seen a line for any of those so far. But this is your martini bar. It is a longer setup, if you will, but it is probably one of the more popular bars. These are the seats I was saying if you want to watch the entertainment. If you can grab one of these seats, I think this is a good spot to be able to see the Centrum and everything that's going on there. Coming around to the other side, you're going to have craft and social. So this is the sports bar, if you will. They're going to have some beer selections. They've got some drafts that you can order from. But more importantly, for my sports fans out there, you're going to have plenty of TVs to choose from. The downside of this space is there's just not a lot of seating for whatever reason. So you've got this massive TV over here. This is where I'd want to watch the games. And it's about 10 people can watch at the time. Unless you're sitting at the tables back here. But there are, again, plenty of tables. There's some games over here in the backside as well. I think Golden Tea might be an extra cost, but the foosball should be complimentary. And some nice little sections there. Coming back around, I'm not going to cut through the casino. So here, you've got two different options. You can go through the casino, or you can go through the hallway. So I'm going to go through the hallway because I don't like cutting through the casino. It is closed today, which is nice, but I'll still show you what that looks like. It's also going to feel a little bit like Las Vegas in here to me, or a proper casino. What I mean by that is you see this hallway here reminds me a lot of the Hard Rock Seminole Casino, where you've got your shopping directly here on the left, and you've got your machines right there on the right. And it kind of just all blends together. Your high-end shopping, you've got the, actually I say high-end, high-end's on the next floor up. This is your logo store. They call theirs here Serendipity. It's where you can get all your Celebrity Cruise items. But you are going to have another bar over here as well. They've got some TVs that are also playing sports. If you need a drink from the casino, this is going to be your go-to spot. Coming on over a little bit further, you're going to have your photo gallery. So if you are interested in buying the photo package while you're here, this is where you're going to be able to do that at. And a little bit more, again, logo shopping. This is your spirits and such. So that is your port merchant where you're going to find your alcohol and cigars if that's something that interests you. You're then going to have, I think this is the world-class bar is what they call this one. This is my least favorite bar because it is literally just in a hallway. This is almost like a second Centrum, which traditionally I like. They'll do activities, different kind of events there in the middle. You see that they've got a game of some kind set up on the right-hand side. So it's an interesting little spot. And you can see, and I'll show you here in a second, the next floor, deck number 5, is going to look down onto this floor as well. For your future cruise desk, this is where you're going to come to book your future cruises. So if you want to get those onboard credits, this is where you're going to come to do that. You're then going to have Quasar, I think is how you do it, but it's like a spaceship in here a little bit. Though right now it's also set up for games. So the silent disco, this is one of the places that it's going to happen. So you can come in here. They're also going to do it upstairs on the Sky Lounge. I'll show you that in a second. But it feels like, again, 1960. Sorry, I about fell there, backing up. But cool little sitting area. I've honestly not seen many people in here. I would assume this is also where they're doing karaoke, but I've not actually seen that. And they've got it set up for shuffleboard right now, which I just find a little bit interesting. Coming over to the other side, I'll walk you into Celebrity Central. Central? Joking. But it sounds like there may be an event going on here, so I'm going to go quiet for a second.
Over the last 3 weeks alone, it has accessed our satellite telecommunications, the Federal Reserve, the stock market, and the National Power Grid.
The FAA, NASA, and the combined branches of our military.
All right, so that is Celebrity Central. That is where they have, it's a small theater essentially, where they're going to have multiple activities, events. They've done frisky trivia in there, or frisky, like charades basically is what it winds up being. They're playing a movie right now. You've got all sorts of events that happened. And there was an improv show. There was a lecture on different items. Let me come into the theater. They're probably practicing in here as well. Looks like they're just setting up. But I do like the theater here. It is a very good sized theater. Seats a ton of people. The balcony, I will say for this, is a little on the steep side and does feel more like a Broadway show. It's a little bit more removed, but you'll see it is massive. It sits a ton of people. The good thing, I would say a good thing, people in Celebrity don't show up to the shows on time. Kind of surprised by this. So I'm used to showing up 30 minutes early, getting a good seat. You don't have to do that here. You can walk in 10 minutes before, and there's probably 60% of the people who are going to be there. They still don't have too terribly many people there just yet. So if you want to come closer to the time of start, you can do that. Coming up to deck 5 now. This is where your shopping is going to be at. So if you want to go shopping on board, this is one place to do that. This will also be where you can go get to the balcony, and I'm going to pop outside quickly and show you their outdoor space here. I've been a little disappointed with the outdoor space here. Breezy, forgive me. But you'll see we've got some chairs there, not the most comfortable chairs, and that's about it. This is a walking area, but it does not connect all the way around. So most of your walkers are going to be walking up by the pool or the deck above that. Coming back over here, you're going to have all of your shopping. So this is going to be your high-end shopping. So this is a Jasmine, where you're going to have all your smell good products. You're going to have your handbag store, I guess is what this is. And you're going to have on the other side Park West. So if you're into grabbing some pieces of art, check out Park West. And again, you can see downstairs where we just were. So this hallway is only on this side here. See, they got some pretty bags in there, if that's your thing. Another exit to the outdoors. And you're going to have more shopping. So then you get into Pieces of Time, your watch store. Coming on through, you'll have Omega on the right-hand side. Love an Omega watch, but those are slightly outside of my budget. Actually, they're a lot outside of my budget. I don't even wear a watch. I kind of just wing it. You're then going to have another one here. So the bar that I told you of earlier, I have to look at the name. This is the World Class Bar. I'm confusing them. So this, I think, actually is a nice bar. It's a little bit tucked away. It's going to be a little bit quieter, but they've got some neat seating here for you. And you have this space over here. I'm not going to walk back there, but you'll see they do have their business center or their iLounge. So if you need to log into a computer, that is where you can go to do that. Coming back towards the Centrum. Here on the right, you're going to have Sushi on 5. So if you are looking for a specialty restaurant, the Silhouette is going to be a great place for you. They have tons of specialty restaurants, more than I'm accustomed to. But you can make a reservation to eat in there one day. And on the other side, you're going to have the first of 2, Cafe al Bacio. I think that's Italian, but this is your coffee shop. This is one of my favorite places to come. I recommend always sitting down, having them bring it to you, enjoy the experience. They also will not serve it to you in a paper cup. It'll be in a proper mug, which I just find really nice. You're then going to have your gelato over here in the back. So he is currently making waffles, or getting ready to, and those always smell amazing when he's making the waffles back there. If you're in the Captain's Club, you may get this for free, so make sure you're checking your benefits to see if you can get a scoop there for free. Okay, so funny story on this one. So we're going to walk through here. We're back at the elevators. You've got dining on the other side. And then on this side, you're going to have the Ensemble Lounge. And there's some more stuff towards the back. I did not realize when I first got here that this was here. So you walk in here, and you've got a really neat, I guess it's neat, I don't know, it's probably more odd than it is neat. But can you hear the animals, the crickets, and all that going off here as it's painted? Photo space, I guess, but it seems a little bit of a waste on a cruise ship. Coming over, you have the actual Ensemble Lounge. But the funny story is I didn't realize this was back here. I thought this was just a dining event or dining hall, so I never came back here to see what you had here. Quickly pop into the retreat, show you what all is in here. Hey guys, can I shoot just a quick video real quick? Thank you. So if you are getting a retreat room or a room that's qualified for that, you're gonna come in here. Hottest item here is always the Lavazza coffee. You can come and get one of those, order a drink. and they're going to have food and hors d'oeuvres for you to be able to partake in here. Very comfortable, posh area for you to be able to hang out at and escape from the rest of the ship. Thank you. So coming back out, you've got the ensemble bar here. They do have musicians here at night. It is pretty dark in here at night, so the musicians are going to be over here on the right-hand side by the piano. And again, it gets dark, so if you have visibility issues, this might not be the best space. Coming into Murano, this is going to be your French bistro. This is probably the smallest of the restaurants, but the menu looks fantastic. So if you're looking at a very nice, elegant experience, this is going to be a good spot for you. But that is going to be your French-inspired restaurant. There is more in the back. So this is kind of the hallway I don't think many people are going to use. You're going to come down to the ensemble where we just were. Make sure that you see that. I didn't see it for the first 2 days because I didn't know it was there. But then you're going to come back here, and this is only if you're going to need specialty dining. You would come back here. Or you are in a Aqua Class suite and you have access to the dining room Blue. So you've got 3 restaurants back here, and that's kind of it. Kind of feels a bit like a conference center right now. A little bit of an echo coming in. But let me pop you into Cuisine. So this Cuisine has the Le Petit Chef experience as well. So when you are dining, you're going to have all sorts of images, 3D images projected onto your plate and onto your table. So a pretty cool experience. I have no idea how they make that happen, but this is the creative, if you will, cooking area where you can get some really neat dishes. Oh, they've got a video of it playing. Try not to spin too quick, and I missed it, but that's all right. Coming back over to the Tuscan Grill. This is Italian, so they've got tons of different types of food on board the Celebrity Silhouette, especially for dining. And this is just, I mean, talk about a view. So let me come back a little bit closer, get it in focus for us. Good morning. But this is probably one of the largest specialty restaurants that is out there. And if you can see outside of it focus, I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful here in Nassau. So if you can score this at like sail away when we're leaving today, if you can get one of the first reservations, I bet it would be absolutely beautiful to have Nassau in the backdrop as we pull out of Port Nassau. Coming back out, you're also going to have Blue. That is, again, for your Aqua Class. So they've got a few, depending on the type of cabin you book, areas that you can eat at. And the reason that they have Blue is the Aqua Class gives you spa, wellness. Think of all those kind of things. They're going to have a clean cuisine here in the Blue dining room. I've done Blue once before on a longer voyage. And you know what? It's nice. If you want to do it, if you can do it, it's a good experience. I don't think it's something you have to do. The main dining room food here has been fantastic. I have super enjoyed it. It is a smaller dining room. It's more contemporary. The good thing, if you don't like anything on the Blue menu, you can also order from the main dining room menu as well. All right, so that concludes all of Deck 5. Deck 5 is certainly the longest. You're not going to come back to this section probably too terribly often, but I'm going to jump all the way upstairs now, probably hitting a few floors along the way to show you what else the Celebrity Silhouette has to offer. All right, so stopping on Deck 7 here. So I was on the staircase up and wanted to show you this neat little reading area on the opposite side. Now I went over there with people reading, didn't want to be disrespectful, so I'll show it to you from a distance, but it gets beautiful light. There's actually another section just like this or similar to this up a few more decks that I'm also going to take you to. But you'll see that, you know, if you want to read, get away, get out of your room, it is a really neat space. And if you're looking for even more space to get away, you've got the library here on Deck 10. Beautiful space, lots of natural light coming through that you can see, enjoy. I think I have tons of books. I think more books than I've seen on any ship so far. So if you're looking for a good book, browse the stacks and see what you can find. All right, so we are now at Deck 12, all the way forward. I wanted to show you quickly the fitness center. It is probably the largest fitness center that I've ever seen. Doesn't have as much equipment. I've seen more equipment in smaller spaces, but it is a good size. You're also going to have a weightlifting section over there on the left. Surprised there's a few people here. It's noon on a Nassau day. Coming directly out of that, you're going to have your spa. So if you're looking at getting a spa treatment, making an appointment, visiting the Persian Gardens, you can head over to these wonderful people to help you out. You also can come over here. They've got manicures, they've got barbers, they've got something for everybody in the spa. Or you can do your keratin and elemis treatments in the spa as well. Let's come on out to the Salarium now. Now this area is probably a fan favorite of most people here. I'd say that, I kind of take it or leave it. It's got crickets playing now, so it's definitely a relaxing kind of vibe. And it's air conditioned because I don't believe that the windows above open on this class of ship. They might, I just can't figure out how that happens. But it stays warm if they don't. Yesterday was a little bit chilly anyway, and so it was cold in here with the air conditioner running. You're gonna have your spa cafe. So if you want something light and easy, maybe a shake of some kind or a smoothie, this is where you're gonna come to. Make sure you're checking the hours so you know when that's gonna be open for your cruise. I also will say that I like this area because you see those couches or those loungers have cushions on them. I'm a huge fan of cushions. The other chairs that don't have those just kind of annoy me a little bit. They don't sit well for long periods of time, and I do prefer this cushion, which does a great job. Coming back out, you'll see they've got some casual seating options here. So if you're looking to simply sit, read a little bit, this is in sunlight right now, but that's where I've been going. Those loungers or chaise, I guess is what they are, super comfortable. So I have enjoyed those. Coming out here, you're gonna have your pool area, and everybody's favorite of those, the pool bar. Coming back around, you see that you have two different pools, plenty of hot tubs here. I can't say that I've ever seen the pools that terribly busy on this ship. On the summit that I was on recently, which is actually right over there, wave to the summit, everybody. It was actually pretty busy, the pool was. You're gonna have a stage where they'll do some classes, they'll do some sessions, put your musicians up there. That's where all of that's gonna happen. Traditionally, you'd use the stairs here to go up to the buffet, but I'm gonna cut through this way and get into the air conditioning. I put pants on today. I am filming this in middle of November, so Thursday is Thanksgiving here. And I will say that yesterday was chilly. So I thought today might be chilly as well, and that has not been the case. It is beautiful outside. So I know everybody that's flown down here is very excited for that. All right, coming up to deck 14. We are now at the Ocean View Cafe. Show you the sign. Smells like they just cleaned up here. How are you? Here's a map, by the way, if you want to see what all's here. Though it's pretty easy, pretty intuitive to find everything in the restaurant, or in the buffet, I should say. Lots of seating, though it does get a little bit tight. They've got a lot of four tops in here, and so you've got a lot of tables for four with just one person sitting at them. You will have your ice cream over here. I know a lot of people love that. That is the free ice cream, by the way, so you want that? You can grab it. They're making pizza for you, and they're getting ready for lunch. You can kind of see what all they have. They got some shrimp, some scallops, some hummus. It's been a really good buffet. It's been the same that I've had on other celebrity ships, but it's been good. And some stations, some grills.
Morning.
The one thing I'll say about here is, the color scheme in here, again, I talked about this in the main dining room. It kind of feels a little high school-like to me with the way the colors are. It's still pretty, but it's just a different kind of feel. So the show was renovated in 2020. On the summit, they went with a more elegant vibe. Here, they went with a more casual vibe out of it. My favorite place always to sit at the buffet is the outdoor section. So you have beautiful views here. They also have a few chairs, cushion chairs, where you can sit and relax. Don't worry, this is not your only bar. This is just the bar for here. It looks a little sad, but they've got an amazing sunset bar upstairs that I want to walk up and show you now. This is quickly turning into be one of my favorite sections on the ship is the sunset bar. And it looks like there's gonna be several other people here that are also enjoying it. And the reason I like it is, number one, the views are just incredible. So let me show you the views here. There's some massive ships in Nassau today. You can look around, but they're gonna have a good bar, plenty of seating, great environment. And then you come over to this side, and this is where I've been hanging out at, is you've got very comfortable chairs on this side, plenty of cushions, pillows, places to hang out and read and be in the shade. If you want sun, you can do that, or you can be in the shade. It does get a little bit breezy up here. For our sea day yesterday, it was chilly. Coming up a little bit farther, you're gonna have the lawn. So this is where they have real grass on a cruise ship, which kind of is mind-blowing on how they pull that off, but that is exactly what they have done here. So you've got them playing, looks like bocce and some other cornhole over there. And you're gonna have a restaurant in the middle there called The Grill. I've not seen that open yet. I'm pretty sure that it has been open at some point. I just have not witnessed that. You're gonna have these sections here, I guess private areas, that you can also rent. So if you want a private space where you can get away, enjoy peace and quiet, this is gonna be an awesome spot for you. Try not to walk on the grass, because I just know if all 3,000 of us walked on that grass, we'd probably kill it very, very quickly. And you're also gonna have a TV over there. Surprisingly, they've not done a movie there, but they have had sports that's been playing there. The movies that they play here have either been in the theater or they've been in Celebrity Central. So they've got Barbie, The Fableman. Those are the two that I remember have shown. You're then over here gonna have the porch. So if you're into seafood options at sea, this is another specialty restaurant that you can come and enjoy. They've got the seafood towers and anything you could possibly want. It is outdoor dining as well, which I personally like, especially for seafood. Because I feel like seafood is just meant to be eaten outdoors. It's nice and light and refreshing. So we're gonna come back down now. And this again is the floor where you've got your buffet. So if you remember that staircase I said most of the time you're gonna use it, this one here, the buffet is directly behind me. But walking forward, there's still a few places over here I wanna make sure that I'm showing you. So I'm gonna cut this way, see if I can get that light behind us. For all my people who love your people watching, here's a great shot of the pool on Celebrity Silhouette. Not that busy right now. It is almost probably noon now. And not a lot of people out there. A few ships here today as well. You see you've got your MSC Seashore, you've got Celebrity Summit, and a Carnival ship. So all these plates of food that you're seeing me pass are coming from the Mast Grill. So that is gonna be up here on the right. It's the only option that's open right now. So that actually means we're a little before noon because the buffet opens at noon. But you're gonna have your Mast Grill where you can get hamburgers and hot dogs. They do serve this to you. The line can get a little long, especially on the sea days, but it moves quickly. So no reason to worry about that. And they'll have a drink station over here as well. So if you just get thirsty and wanna grab a beverage, this is where you're gonna come to be able to get some water. More seating, so depending on how the ship's positioned, this may or may not be in the sun. So you do have a roof up above. That'll give you a little bit of shade and you can look back onto the Salarium pool. Cutting into deck 16 forward now. Oh, deck 14. I'm getting my floors confused. We are on deck 14. You're gonna have your meeting space here. This is the conference area. So this is shockingly prime real estate. If you're looking at doing a group on board, this is where you're gonna come. This is also doubling, it looks like, as a game room as I see those board games over there. But if you want to have a conference, you have a group on board, that's gonna be prime real estate. I've never seen a conference space as nice on any other cruise line that's taking that front row views to the outside. Normally they're in deck 3, deck 2, down at the bottom with no windows whatsoever. And you can have the Sky Lounge, one of my favorite spots. Super relaxing, super luxury, super elegant. Lots of events and evening activities are gonna happen here. You see they've got their activity signs, so that means they are doing something. So this looks like either the word cross challenge, Sudoku challenge, as everybody is head down right now, making that happen. The bar on this one is moved a little bit from the Celebrity Summit, which I like it here in this space because it frees up your prime real estate on this side. So this is where I come for morning coffee. So there's nobody up here first thing in the morning, taking advantage of these amazing views from the comfort of an air-conditioned room, beautiful windows, and rocking chairs with thick, thick cushions. So what more could you ask for in a space? Oh, they are not doing Sudoku or crosswords. They're doing patterns. I will say they have plenty of activities on board as well. There was one where they were trying to throw up chopsticks and see how many of them you could catch at the same time. They had one where a lady was being interviewed yesterday. So there's been a lot of different activities on board. If you want to do things indoors, you absolutely can here. Now let's walk upstairs quickly to the retreat section. So if you are in the retreat, you're going to have special access to a sun deck that is just for you. And I'm going to peek upstairs and show you what that is. Now, I'm not permitted into this area unless the door just happens to be open. But it's still designed so that I can give you a good tour of what it looks like. So if you're getting the retreat, you're paying that top dollar to get a room, you're going to know what to expect in your sunset deck option. So the retreat sun deck, just up the next set of stairs. So this is deck 16. This is the highest section on the ship. And I'll just give you a quick tour. So the door is shut, but you can see they've got some lotions, they've got towels, little sections you can hang out in. It's just a better design, same kind of chairs that you're going to see in other places. And this is going to wrap around to the front as well. So if I come back down, you'll see that the sun deck also goes all the way there to the front. So it's going to have similar seating. I'm not going to walk down there right now, but if you want the view from the forward section of the ship, you can absolutely get that. And everybody wave to Adventure of the Seas. So there is a full ship walking tour of the Celebrity Silhouette. She is a beautiful ship, and I'm so glad that I was able to come on her. I've got probably 8 more silhouettes booked in 2025 because she's got 4 solo inside cabins that I was able to book. So watch this video here on which inside cabin you should look. If you're a solo cruiser, this will show you the very tiny room that I'm in, but it is at a fraction of the price. All right, everybody, this is Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser. Hoping to see you on a weekend cruise soon.